Let's face it, a lot of electric bikes are thrown together in overseas factories. What this means for you is that you'd better know how to tighten your e-bike's bolts properly. I've assembled a lot of e-bikes, and here's what I've found. Some bolts were so tight I had to have a bike mechanic remove them. Alternatively, I've found loose bolts on e-bikes that have come straight from the factory. Hi, I'm Lisa from eBiking Today, and I'd like to introduce you to a crucial tool for e-bike owners, the torque wrench. I'll share what you need to know about it and how it can make a difference to bike maintenance and your safety. Then I'll show you the digital torque wrench I'm using and give you a breakdown of its pros and cons to help you determine if it's the right tool for you. I've put a link to the wrench in the description below the video. So, what is a torque wrench? A torque wrench is a specialized tool designed to precisely apply a specific torque to a fastener, such as a nut or bolt. It's essential to ensure that parts are tightened correctly without being over or under tightened. What do you need to know about torque? Torque, a twisting force essential for electric bike assembly, dictates the tightness of nuts and bolts. It's measured in Newton meters, you'll see that written as Nm, and is crucial for bicycles where bolt tension is critical. Over-tightening can damage parts, while under-tightening may lead to parts falling off while you're riding. Manufacturers often mark the necessary torque values in their instruction manuals or directly on the components, simplifying the adjustment process. Here are 3 key reasons why every electric bike owner should use a torque wrench. 1. Prevent damage. Electric bikes often use delicate materials that can be easily damaged by excessive force. A torque wrench helps ensure you don't over-tighten screws, avoiding damage to your bike's components. 2. Ensure safety. Proper torque application is critical for the structural integrity of your electric bike. A torque wrench ensures that all parts are securely fastened, preventing components from becoming loose while riding. 3. Maintain warranty. Many electric bike manufacturers require specific torque settings for assembly and maintenance. Failing to adhere to these specifications can void warranties. Now, let me guide you through the steps of using a digital torque wrench when assembling or maintaining your electric bike. Step 1. Read the manufacturer's specifications. Begin by consulting your electric bike's manual to find the required torque values for each bolt. These values are crucial as they differ from one bolt to another depending on their location and function. Step 2. Set up the digital torque wrench. Turn on your digital wrench and select the torque unit, typically Newton meters. Enter the specific torque value needed for the bolt you are working on. Step 3. Attach the appropriate socket. Choose the correct socket for the bolt you are tightening. Attach it securely to the torque wrench. Step 4. Align and tighten. Place the socket onto the bolt. Begin by tightening by holding the wrench handle firmly and applying steady pressure in a clockwise direction. Step 5. Watch for the signal. Most digital torque wrenches will give an audible beep and a visible alert on the display once you reach the preset torque value. Some models might vibrate, which is helpful if you can't see the wrench display. Stop tightening immediately when the signal occurs. Step 6. Double check. It's a good practice to double check the torque by removing the wrench and reapplying it to the bolt to ensure the reading is consistent with the desired torque setting. Step 7. Set the torque on other bolts. Repeat the process for all other bolts, adjusting the torque settings on your wrench as needed based on the manufacturer's specifications. Now that you understand the importance of using a torque wrench for electric bike maintenance and repair, let's get serious. And please take a moment to like and subscribe to eBiking Today for more important e-bike information. Now, how I'm using a digital torque wrench on my electric bike. I'm using the ANPUDS 1/4-inch drive torque wrench. You can use a standard torque wrench, but you might spend more time trying to set it, especially if the numbers are hard to see. I personally don't want to have to find my glasses, so this digital torque wrench works for me. It comes with just a couple of parts. The 1/4-inch torque wrench, 100mm extension rod, and the 1/4 to 3/8 adapter. This adapter should work well for many bike bolts, but you may need extra adapters that fit this 1/4-inch wrench. Let's check out how I use a torque wrench on my electric bike by looking at the pros and cons of the ANPUDS digital torque wrench given to me for independent review. Here are the pros. Accuracy. The ANPUDS torque wrench offers high precision with a plus or minus 1% accuracy, ensuring that you can adhere closely to the specified torque values needed for sensitive components. This reduces the risk of damage. Digital display. It features a colorful, easy-to-read digital display that provides real-time torque values. This feature is very useful in low light conditions or tight spaces where reading an analog dial might be challenging. So I can see it even without my glasses. Audible and visual alerts. The wrench gives both audible and visual signals when you reach the target torque, minimizing the risk of over-tightening. This helps ensure that all fasteners are uniformly and properly secured. Multiple measurement units. The wrench supports various torque measurement units, making it versatile for different types of projects and user preferences. I've only needed to use Newton meters, as this is what most e-bike instruction manuals follow. Memory and data storage. The ANPUDS wrench can store up to 500 groups of data. You'd never use all of these on an electric bike, but they're beneficial if you're using the torque wrench for numerous projects and multiple fasteners. Here are the cons. Cost. Compared to manual torque wrenches, digital models like the ANPUDS can be a bit more expensive, which might be a consideration if budget is a concern. Complexity for beginners. For those new to using torque wrenches, the additional features and digital interface might be more complex than necessary. This could lead to confusion or improper use. Read the instructions first. Battery dependency. Being a digital tool, the ANPUDS torque wrench relies on batteries. This means it needs to have fresh batteries before starting a project. Durability concerns. Digital wrenches generally have more electric components than their analog counterparts. This could lead to higher susceptibility to damage from impacts or exposure to harsh environments. Overall, the ANPUDS 1/4-inch drive digital torque wrench is a good choice for those who value precision, ease of use, and a willingness to invest in a higher tech tool for better performance. I like using a digital torque wrench on my electric bike because it gives me peace of mind. I know my e-bike will stay in one piece while I'm riding. Just don't forget to check your bike's bolts monthly or after a long or bumpy ride. With the right bike tools in hand, you can truly feel safe to go out and enjoy your ride.